Hi, hello, good morning. How are you today? I hope you are doing good and feel better. Okay, so this is teacher Marvin, your English teacher, and today is Wednesday. And what we are going to learn this morning is about science, and that is our subject, science, right? So are you ready? All right, so if you are ready, let's start with our lesson this morning. All right, there we go. So again, welcome to Primary 1, the English program, and our subject this morning is science. And what is our topic this morning? We will talk about the parts of animal, which is the bird and the fish, all right? So I know you love bird. Maybe some of you have a birds. Maybe some of you have an aquarium where to take care of the fish, all right? So this morning, we will know how to determine the different parts of the bird and also the different parts of the fish and what are the function of each um, parts of their body. Okay, so everybody say bird, fish. Okay, very good. Now this time, we will talk about the parts of the bird. Okay, so as you can see, we have a different types of bird. Okay, so let's just focus about the main parts of the bird. Okay, the main parts of the body parts of the bird. All right, so we have here, this is a pigeon actually. So as you can see, we have here the red arrows. So these are the parts of the body of the bird where we will know what does it mean. And then we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so these 6 parts of the body of the bird will be discussed one by one and how does it work. Okay, let's start here with this number 1. Okay, what do you call this part of the bird? And this is what we call eye. Everybody say eye. All right, very good. Next, this one. This is what we call beak. Everybody say beak. Okay, and this one, this is what we call claw. Claw. All right, and this one is what we call tail. Tail. And this one is what we call, and this one is what we call, it's a feather. Feather. Okay, and the last one we called as wing. All right, so we have here the eye. Okay, now this time, we will know what are the different functions of the different body parts of the bird. Okay, so this is a this is an eye of the bird. Okay. All right. When we say eye, it is a part of the body of the bird where enables the bird to see. Okay, the eye of the bird function is enables the bird to see. All right, next. All right, so this is the beak of the bird, the beak. Okay, what is the function of the beak of the bird? Okay, it helps or enables the bird to eat, sing, and groom itself. Okay, so as you can see, sometimes the bird is trying to fix um, his or herself, because they are trying to groom themselves. Okay, so that is the beak enables the bird to eat, sing, and groom itself. Sometimes there are some birds who can able to sing actually. Right, next. All right, this is the claw of the bird. So what is the main function of the claw of the bird? It helps the bird to take off. It helps the bird to take off, land, or take grip things. Okay, sometimes they can get some anything, especially if they are starting to make their nest. Actually, they are trying to use, they are taking grip things to, such as the grass or some like some light parts of the grass or some parts of the trees, just in order for them to make a nest. Okay, so that is the purpose or the main function of the claw of the bird. All right. Okay, next we have. Okay, so this is what we call the tail of the bird. So what is the main function of the tail of the bird? Okay, the tail of the bird helps the bird to move in a certain direction. Again, the main function of the tail of the bird is to help the bird to move in certain direction. So that is tail. And the last one is, we have another one. Okay, so this is what we call the feathers of the bird. So what is the function of the feathers of the bird? It helps the bird to keep warm and in attracting the mates. Okay, so without feather, I think bird would difficult to survive. Okay, especially if they are getting wet, they need to warm their body using the protection of its feather. So the main function of the feather of the bird is helps the bird to keep warm and in attracting mates. So that is feather. And the last one is, what do we call this? This is a wing. Okay. Without wing, bird cannot fly. All right. Okay, so what is the main function of the wing of the bird? So the main function of the wing of the bird is enables the bird to fly. As what I have said earlier, the Without wing, birds cannot fly. So therefore, the wing of the bird is enables the bird to fly. Okay, so that's it. Now let's talk about the fish. Okay, so I know you love fish. Maybe some of you have an aquarium in your house. So let's know what are the different parts and what is the main function of its parts of the fish. Okay, so this is a fish. Okay, so let's know what are these function of these parts of the bird. Okay, let's know one by one what do we call this, and then later on we will know what is the main function of its parts of the fish. Okay, now let's start here. Number one, this is what we call the eye, and then this is what we call the scale. And the last one, another one is, this is what we call fin, fin. And this one is what we call the tail. And then another one is, this is what we call the mouth. All right, so let's know one by one the main function of the different parts of the fish, okay? This is what we call the eye, okay? What is the main function of the eye of the fish? Enables the fish to see. Yes, of course. Enables the fish to see. Eye. Okay, the another one, this is what we call the scale. All right, so what is the main function of the scale of the fish? So the main function of the scale of the fish is enables to protect the fish. For human being, we have skin, and skin is the one who protects our body. But for the fish, skin is the one who protects the fish. Scale. Now, and this is what we call fin. So what is the main function of the fin of the fish? Okay, it is a thin like a piece of paper actually. When we see thin, is very, it's like a piece of a paper. It is not thick, okay? It is like a piece of thin like a piece of paper. It helps the fish to swim and balance itself in the water. Yes, that's true. Most of the fish has a fin because this is one the factor where the fish can balance and swim fastly itself in the water. This is fin. And then this is what we call the tail. Okay, tail, it helps the fish to swim and to move in a certain direction. Okay, the tail, the main function of the tail of the fish, is to help the fish to move in a certain direction. Tail. And the last one is the mouth. So what is the main function of the mouth? The fish, of course, enables to eat. Enables the fish to eat. So that is mouth. All right, so this time we will have an activity. Let us identify the different parts of the body of the fish and the bird. So Teacher Marvin will show you a picture and its description, and you would identify what do you call this part of the body of the fish and the bird. Okay, are you ready? Okay, let's start with the bird. Okay. All right, so what do you call this part of the body of the bird, where the main function is helps the bird to take off, land, grip things, and take grip things? What do you call this? Anyone? Okay, very good. We call it as claw. Okay, everybody say claw. Okay, very good. Next. Okay, can you please identify what do you call this part of the body of the bird, where the main function is enables the bird to fly? What do you call this part of the body of the bird? All right, so the answer is wing. Very good. Next, what do you call this part of the body of the bird, where the main function of each part of the body is to help the bird to move in a certain direction? What is the answer? Okay, we call it as tail. Very good. Okay, another one. All right. What do you call this part of the body of the bird, where enables the bird to eat, sing, and groom itself? What do you call this? All right, very good. We call it as beak. Next, the last one. What do you call this part of the body of the bird, where the main function is enables the bird to see? What do you call this? Okay, very good. We call it as eye. Now let's proceed to the part of the body of the fish. Oh, we have another one. Sorry. So what do you call this part of the body of the bird, where the main function is to help the bird to keep warm and attracting the mate itself? Okay, so the answer is feather. Okay, now let's talk about the parts of the body of the fish. Okay, what do you call this part of the body of the fish, where the main function is enables to protect the fish? Okay, the answer is scale. Very good. All right, next. What do you call this part of the body of the fish, where the main function is it is thin like a piece of paper? Okay, it is a thin like a piece of paper, and it helps the fish to swim in balance. What do you call this part of the body of the fish? Again, where the function is, it is a thin like a piece of paper. It helps the fish to swim and balance itself in the water. Very good. It's a fin. Next, what do you call this part of the body of the fish where enables the fish to see? Okay, the correct answer is eye. Okay, another one. What do you call this part of the body of the fish where enables the fish to eat? The answer is very good. It's mouth. Okay, how about this one? What do you call this part of the body of the fish where the function is helps the fish to move? Again, where the function is help the fish to move in a certain direction. What do you call this? Okay, the answer is tail. Very good. All right, so that's it. So I hope you understand with our lesson this morning. You're the best and congratulations. Okay, so this is Teacher Marvin, your English teacher. Thank you so much for having here. Okay, so on your worksheet, what you are going to do is you have to connect the different parts of the body of the fish and bird and to its name. Okay, so have a good day. Thank you so much. Sawadee Kap and bye-bye. Bye-bye.